Hey YouTube, JCan here. Just want to give you an update of my new 150 gallon aquarium. In my last video, I detailed how I just bought it used off Craigslist. Got a good deal on it, came with a couple of FX6s. But I had a long road ahead of me of cleaning it. And it's been a couple of months since then, and it is now up and running. And I've got a few new fish that I've ordered that are in the tank, so I thought I'd show it off. If you remember back from my previous video, this thing was pretty filthy. And as I started to clean it with vinegar, water, and a razor blade, it became quite obvious that the silicone needed to be replaced. I wasn't necessarily prepared to re-silicone the tank, but I thought, you know what, while I've got it down and I've got no water in it, no fish in it, might as well do it now. So I watched a bunch of YouTube videos to learn how to reseal a tank, and I bought aquarium silicone instead of the GE #1 silicone. And I think it turned out real well. So I've cleaned it real well, re-siliconed it. And you can see here in the corners. And the silicone jaw came out real good. After siliconing it, I waited 2 weeks before I put any water in it to cure it, and I haven't had one issue, so I'm pretty happy with that. But I'll show you a couple things that I did. Underneath the aquarium. You can see I've got the two FX6s running. I've been real happy with them. I added a couple of push lights underneath my aquarium after Ben Ochart's recommendation on one of his videos. I also added an Inkbird heater controller. I've been real happy with that. I'll give you a little bit of advice though for those that are thinking about buying one. And I made the mistake the first week. I've had this tank up and running for about a week and a half now. I set up the Inkbird, thought I did everything right. It was registering right at 78, 79 degrees inside the tank, and the heaters never came on, and they never came on for a week. And I thought, you know, at the most they should come on, or at the very least they should come on at least a few times within the week, because ambient room temperature is going to bring the water down to 72 degrees. They never came on, but the temperature reading on the Inkbird was right at 78, 79 degrees. So I didn't worry too much about it, but as a week went on, I thought to myself, something's just not right here. And what I realized is you've got to calibrate the Inkbird. So I took a thermometer from one of my other tanks and placed it in there, and it was reading 75 degrees inside the tank. So the tank was running cold. So I learned from my mistake. I had to calibrate the Inkbird. So now it's reading the correct temperature, and it's heated the tank up to the 78 degrees that I have it set at. So make sure you calibrate your Inkbird temperature controller, your heater controllers, and don't make the mistake that I made. But I've got two 300 watt heaters. I've got the Inkbird controller. I've got the Carib Sea substrate. I've also ordered some new fish from Ron Cichlids on Facebook. As you can see, the main reason for the order was this Buconodo, which I'm real happy with. This is a fish I've been wanting for a long time. But I also got a Super Red Empress, beautiful. I have a Star Sapphire, who's a little guy in the tank. He seems to have the toughest time. I got a Tetrastigma. And I also got a Hurte. Every time I see Adam C's Hurte, it makes me want one more and more. I know that they take a long time to mature and to color up, but of course I'm willing to wait on that. So I'm pretty happy with my fish purchases. From the 55-gallon tank that I have in the other room, I've also added in my Blue Dolphin, my Cygnus, and my Taiwan Reef. So overall, real happy with the tank. I'll be adding in an Aqua Decor background as soon as it comes in. I got the slim model, similar to what I've seen on YouTube, at the gray slim model. I thought it would go nice with the Carib Sea substrate and the rocks. I'll give you a quick update on my other two tanks. So I've still got my Venustus and my Xeroc in this 55-gallon. They will be moving over to my 150-gallon here shortly. My Venustus, big beautiful blaze. There's my Xeroc. So they'll be moving over to my 150. And I'll also be moving my two Madoka White Lips and my Ruby Red to the 55-gallon once I move over the Venustus and the Xeroc. So still a few more changes in the tank. I didn't want to overload the 150-gallon with too many fish at once, although I did seed the FX6s in my 55-gallon for about a month and a half while I was working on this tank. And I've taken water parameters every day the last week, and they're perfect. So it worked well, but I still don't want to overdo it. I want to be smart with it, so I'm going to move my Venustus and my Xeroc over here in about a week or two. Once I do that, I'll move the Madoka White Lips from the 30-gallon to the 55 until they grow out, and eventually they'll come in here. So anyway, just wanted to give that update. I'm pretty proud of the progress, and I hope you guys enjoy the video.